Get fast, reliable internet for any budget. Now qualifying customers can get Xfinity Internet free through the Affordable Connectivity Program. That's right, free high-speed internet from Xfinity. And Internet Essentials customers can get equipment included at no extra cost. Get started today.
We change our minds every day. About 1 million things a day. This is no different. You can't be afraid to be wrong. You can't be afraid to say, you know what, I'm just going to rethink this thing. People are not dying getting the vaccine. I better rethink this thing. I'm going to go call my doctor and have a discussion one more time. It is okay to change your mind.
It's time to knock some things off your bucket list. First up, travel the world. If you've always wanted to visit Hong Kong or vacation in the Swiss Alps and wondered what it was like, well, Jeanette, Yvette, and Tina got the scoop for you. These JET Setting Divas are always at some fun and exotic place experiencing the best of what life has to offer. And each week, they'll tell you all about it. These ladies are always high-flying loads of fun.
Hi, I'm Jeanette.
I'm Yvette.
Hi, I'm Tina, and we are the JET Setting Divas. Hey, ladies.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, nothing much. Oh, my
Hello.
God, this world of travel. Can you hear us, Yvette? We hear you.
I hear you.
This world of travel is crazy. What is going on? Oh, my gosh.
Stuff happening. And one thing that I saw yesterday was that their luggage, they had like 1,000 pieces of luggage at the airport in London.
Yes.
People aren't getting their luggage. So I've got a hack that I like to do when I'm traveling. Do you all know of anything? One thing I like to do is when we went to Bali, I put the dress that I knew I wanted to wear, I put that dress in my carry-on.
Yeah.
So do you all have any travel tips for somebody whose luggage is missing?
So I would suggest anybody that's traveling right now to put your main essentials in your carry-on, like something to wear, your 3-ounce things that you're going to need to use, right away. Put that in your luggage. I mean, not in your luggage, but in your carry-on, so that because they are losing. I follow a bunch of groups, and I keep on seeing people saying that they went here and there and they can't find their luggage. So what is the reasoning for this? What do y'all think?
Yeah, but it definitely is because I bet they got new folks who don't know the process and they're losing. They have limited people. They don't have enough people that are there doing the work. They were saying in London that they let all these people go during COVID, and they haven't rehired any of those positions, and most of those people are doing 4 and 5 different jobs. So focus. Think about, we've been talking about, brain fog and focus. If I'm doing 5 other things and I'm supposed to be taking stuff off the tarmac, I gotta go. Because and this happened to us before, Yvette. There's somebody just leave your stuff on the tarmac, or leave your stuff, and next thing you know, you're stuck. So I believe that they don't have enough people. What about y'all?
And then I think that's it too. They don't have enough people. And just think about, everybody's doing 2 people's worth of work. So people getting tired, they're burnt out. I think I saw another story was that here in the Dallas area, Southwest, their flight attendants are getting ready to strike.
See,
I saw that.
The pilots have strike. Now the flight attendants now.
They said they need better. They need better pay. That do
hazard pay. I'm pretty sure
they need better. They need to be treated. They're saying a lot of times they don't get any hot meals. All kinds of stuff's going on.
Yeah, people are unappreciative.
I flew Southwest just last week, and coming and going, my flight was delayed. Delayed. And then I saw the flight attendants were on the plane and they got off, and where I was sitting in the airport, they passed by me. It was 3 of them, and they were talking, and they was like, we had to get on the plane and we had to get off the plane because there's no pilot. That's what there was no pilot. And then all of a sudden they changed the gate. So they must have just put it on put us on a different plane where there had a pilot. And I'm like, what in the world is going on?
Yeah, but I mean, you even see that they having these mass recruitings, looking for pilots and looking for all of these different people. You know, I'm a little worried in my own way. It's like, you know, you got to have so many flight hours and you got to have so much experience. And you know what? I just saw someone land a plane on the middle of a highway because you know they were having that. And I'm like, okay, we better be careful because you know and pay attention to actually what's going on with who's flying us around and these because it's crazy. And then COVID is still here. People are still catching and dying of COVID.
Did you all see that Canada is now requiring you to have a COVID test again? I hope the U.S. doesn't.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
because people have gotten really relaxed, and I'm a little concerned. Even if you're vaccinated, I think it's something.
Yeah, and then we need to get
I saw on the news this morning where the increasing, they are going up. So I'm afraid they're going to come out with some new mandates and stuff like that. You know, they have some new variants out there. Yeah. It's like crazy. They're saying if you are boosted or if you vaccinated, it's only lasting for about 5 months. That's what my understanding is.
Wow. You know, but just think about the number of people, you know, I think we talked about it before. I was just at Essence and I'm serious. I've been on like their different sites. The number 80,000 people were in the Superdome. And I'm telling you, people are saying they have COVID, they tested positive, people got sick, people dying. I'm like, you know, I don't know. It was very hot there too.
Anybody wearing a mask there, Tina? Anybody?
Not one. Yeah. If I could be honest, I saw a few people, maybe a few locals, non-sophisticates that probably had on masks. But I tell you that that for the most part, nobody had on a mask around there, and it was almost kind of like surreal, like, oh my gosh, are we really like back to normal?
Yeah. Well, you see, we're not. And then did any of the restaurants require you to show your COVID card? Because I haven't even been taking mine around. And I know at one point they were requiring that where you had to bring your COVID card to even especially in New Orleans, they were requiring that to get into a restaurant. And now everything's just back open and people are back getting sick.
Yeah, nobody. I think COVID card is kind of like a Social Security card. You bring it with you just in case somebody need or ask, but whoever really gonna ask for it at some point? Yeah. So you leave it at home.
Yeah. So we're just hoping that some of I mean, it's so expensive right now to travel. People are looking for deals. There's barely any deals out there. These airlines are trying to make their money up from when they was giving those deals 2 years ago. And they don't even have people to work for them. It's like this crazy world, and people are still moving around and going and doing things.
But you see the competition with the cruise lines. They are like on a battle to get their money back. They're giving away cruises for nothing, but they're saying on the flip side, all of when the embarking and deep, all the going and coming, that's where they tack on all these extra charges. But they are really they got a big push. Every cruise line is like giving away. They want packed cruise ships.
They may give the cruise away, but just like you said, once you're on there, you're going to have to pay some, taxes and fees, tips. If you're not vaccinated, you got to pay
an additional
money
price
to be able to get off the ship.
Yep.
You got to pay for testing to be able to even get off the ship. They have all kind of ridiculous charges. They're making up for it.
Oh, they're making up for it. I mean, even down to like when you're like, you used to be able, you can buy like packages of, for the week of drinks and things like that. They are expensive. They're even charging for, just different onboard experiences that they didn't before that, so I say they you might be able to catch a cruise for $199 for 5 days, but believe you me, by the end of it, you're gonna definitely pay like triple, maybe 3-4 times that amount.
that's some good information for people to know, that if they're going to take a cruise, that it may not be that initial price, that they need to realize that there's going to be all these other fees. I know we used to go out to the airport and get tickets, and we would get a discount that way. And I know, Tina, we asked you last week and you said no, they're not even doing that anymore.
Yeah, I think one time I even paid they were asking almost more than what they were asking online. And I'm showing them like, hey, the ticket is only this amount. They were like, well, we have to charge a this, and you know, and then other part of it was they don't have a lot more non-stops as much, you know, the non-stops, they have way more stops now, you know. So they're definitely, you know, the discount that you used to get when you went up to the counter. Yeah, I think one time I may have paid like $10 cheaper, and I was like, forget it, I might as well pay for service and get a free bag and go to a different airline.
Another thing is, people always saying this, but it's really not true. To me, it's not true anyway. They'll say, you have to look for your ticket on Tuesday morning. Like it's a particular date that you can go and find cheap tickets.
That used to be the case, but now that's not even. That was another hack, that you could look on Tuesdays and you were able to get a big discount because the flights were reduced on Tuesday. And even here recently, I was looking at a flight, and literally within like 20 minutes later, it went up $30.
I know,
playing all kind of games with the flights. It's crazy.
Yeah, my daughter is here, and we bought a one way for her to come, and she's like, I'm ready to go back. So we're buying the ticket to go back. You know, she's traveling with a dog, and she's traveling with all this stuff. So we need to have luggage, and we need to get the best rate on, you know, traveling with a pet. So of course we go with Southwest. Just while we were just she was like, they had flights late, or at night, not even the early. They were super late. And the flight went up, just like you said, Jay. Like while we were looking, I was like, wait a minute here. We flipped from one Thursday to look at a Friday and came back to Thursday. And I was like, oh, the flight then went up. I'm like, so they are playing all kind of flight games with us.
But I think they're recommending that you just set your computer, your accounts up for like Google and
that's
Kayak,
what I
think. So it'll notify you when the flights go down.
That would be a good idea, because I tell you, these flights, and people are paying them, and that's why I'm getting worried. It's kind of like the housing market. If people pay the high prices, it'll never get back down to them $100, $200 tickets that we love so much. So what are we gonna do? I mean, we want to travel. I know you guys, you know, out purchasing tickets for, you know, out of the country, and I was thinking, okay, I definitely want to go, but then I'm getting a little apprehensive. I'm like, maybe I should just go ahead and get a ticket, and even if I don't go, I wouldn't have paid that much. Or do I just, you know, wait and wonder what the prices are going to be maybe a couple of months from now?
What you do in that case is you buy the insurance.
That's what I was going to say too, get the insurance.
And then if you say, no, I'm not going to go, or something, then you get your money back.
You should.
And I think a lot of them, they still giving you the credit for canceling ahead of time, but they'll give you a credit. You don't, you know, you want your money back.
They used to give you the money back a few years ago. Remember when we had that flight canceled to overseas? We got our money back.
Yeah, but they ain't trying to do all that.
Inflation is affecting everything. Just like with everything, at the food and all. Now it's affecting travel, and it's crazy.
Yeah, we definitely have to like they say, do your due diligence. You're gonna have to really, really get out there and just kind of look, seek, search, and figure out what you wanted and plan ahead. Because I think we're really good is planning ahead, but we definitely gonna have to plan ahead. And even meals when you get there. We knew in Turks, you know, it was crazy expensive, but I was even hearing in other places where, you know, they're paying like, you know, crazy amounts of percentages if you get food at a hotel. And if you decide that you want to eat at a restaurant, they're tacking on their tips and charges and gratuities, even with 1 and 2, 3 people. So, you know, you definitely have to be conscious about where you're going and what the plans are. Because I think out of the country, a lot of places are just, you know, tacking on some of those convenient fees that they would call them.
One good thing is that if you with a group of people that are willing to share everything, that does help with some of the expenses. With sharing the food, you know, get your drinks, take those back, get your drinks at a local spot and take those back, buy your liquor, take it back to your hotel. fix your own drinks in your room. I know that's a travel hack that I use. I say money by fixing my own cocktails in my room.
Yeah, because cocktails, I have $25. I went someplace and it was $25 for a cocktail. Now I know New York and LA are probably used to those prices, but when you go to happy hour, I want to be happy at that hour.
And get a deal. You want a special, and there's no specials anymore. Even here locally, nobody's doing any specials anymore. Very seldomly do you see a happy hour special.
Yeah. And Yvette, you saw a notice when we went out this past weekend. Right. They have all these tables available, and what's going on with that?
Nobody to work them.
That's like the airlines, just like with the luggage.
Yeah, you see all this free space, and I'm like, okay, they require reservations, but then they got all this free space. I'm like, but if nobody's there to serve you,
what can you do? And maybe that's and again, that's the same issue with the airlines. The pilots aren't there. So we're living in new times now. We've kind of we're going back into COVID. What are y'all strategies? Are y'all gonna start back wearing masks on the plane? I think I might. Only because
I wear a mask. I flew last week and I had on a mask.
Okay. Yeah. So you did wear a mask. That's good to know. Because I was thinking, you know what? It's just not. I'm not feeling good and warm and fuzzy about this yet.
But we got so hot on that one flight, Tina. We started out in our mask and we got overheated and we had to take our mask off. So sometimes it was just, I wanted to wear a mask that flight. I just got so hot. I just felt like I was better off to take it off. So, I mean, it's just, you just don't know what to do now. You're trying to, do you get the booster? What do you do?
Yeah. So is there another booster to get? I know you guys got is it 2 rounds of boosters? I
haven't gotten another one. I think Yvette got one, but I feel like I need one though, especially if I'm going to be traveling. I feel like I need one.
Yeah, I'm double boosted.
Okay, you double boosted.
Yeah, because it's immunocompromised and I go and visit my mom a lot. I just double booster. If they come out with another one, I don't know. I just need to protect myself and protect others.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, exactly. I definitely understand, but I definitely see me putting on a mask a little bit more. I haven't, I still go to the grocery store, but I still have this apprehension because nobody in the grocery store have on a mask to save the day. I'm like, but we just have to, because I'm worried more of that people are testing positive, but they haven't actually had a test, or they're positive, and they're just walking around blowing on you and touching and talking to you. So,
did you all have those tests that you could take at home? We did get those. I packed mine up now because I'm moving, but I mean, I had the test, so hopefully I can stay well until I get moved and unpacked and get my test back out. But that's one way you can easily tell if you got it or not, and then just stay away from people.
Do you really trust those tests? Do you once you test positive, are you really? I almost say you really need to get that PCR test also, just because I've seen a positive test with one of those, or even a negative test with one of those, and then you go and you get the a more, I won't say reliable, maybe more reliable test, and it gives you a totally different result. So I definitely
that's something else to think about.
Yeah. Anything else? What else is going on? Yvette is always our newscaster. She knows everything is in the travel news. What else is out there that we didn't?
I have not been watching the news lately. I don't know what it is. I have not. I turned on Good Morning Texas, I believe, this morning, and they was talking about the increase in the COVID cases. And that's the only reason why I know that. But I have not been watching the news. I just kind of read some articles here and there, and we pretty much have talked about what I've seen. So I don't have any additional info.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, aside from, I know they got a couple of, they got this monkeypox that's kind of coming, also out there. I'm like, I think they said if you had the chicken pox, already, that you are susceptible to it, but I don't know. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out, where do I not go? Because I don't want to be involved in none of that, because I don't need nothing extra.
So now everybody's just trying to stay healthy now and trying to keep the costs down related to travel, but things are changing. We'll see and I haven't heard anything else either. I mean, other than what we've talked about.
Yeah, I know. So y'all, we just have to be safe, and I know they got a lot of things going on, events out in the heat, and inside the cool air. But I know we just have to be ready.
Yeah. Well, ladies, this is Jeanette.
And I'm Tina, and we are the JET Setting Divas.
Tune in next Thursday when the JET Setting Divas will tell you about another fun destination spot that you'll want to visit. For more on their excursions, log on to ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
At Hy-Vee, we take pride of being part of the communities we serve. In 2021, we donated more than 14 million meals, and this year, we're committed to doing even more. For over 90 years, we've been the place that people turn in time of need, and we take that very seriously. That's why we're loading our semis full of food this week and making deliveries across the Midwest to help families this Easter. To join our effort, simply donate when you're at the checkout. Together, we can make a big difference for those in need.
For millions of Americans, the pandemic impacted our financial situations, and a lot of people lost their jobs. But that should not mean you have to lose your house if you can't pay for your mortgage. Listen, no need to feel ashamed if you missed a payment or 2 or 3, because there's a local organization that's willing to help you get caught up on those payments so you can keep your home. Let me tell you about the Minnesota Homeownership Center. It's a nonprofit whose sole purpose is to prevent you from going into foreclosure. The Minnesota Homeownership Center has a network of organizations around the state to review everything with you, explain your options, and then advocate for you to get the help you need. And get this, they won't charge you because it's all free. Check out hocmn.org or give them a call at 651-410-1086 to set up an appointment. You worked hard to get into that house. Let Minnesota Homeownership Center help you stay in it.
All right, did you know I was the Mommy Slam Dunk Champion?
Really?
Yes, really don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, go to left, fake a mom. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again?
You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.